Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fluent English Daily, where fluency is built step by step. I'm Ryan.
Today, we are going to break down the complete guide to absolutely mastering your phone and virtual interviews. You know, in today's world, nailing that remote interview is more critical than ever, so let's just dive right in. We're going to walk through this whole journey from start to finish. First, the pre-interview game plan, then setting your virtual stage. After that, we'll get into nailing the actual conversation, and finally, we'll cover the all-important post-interview playbook. Let's get to it.
All right, let's kick things off with our first section, the pre-interview game plan. And look, it might sound super obvious, but your success is often decided long before you even pick up the phone or click that join meeting button. Seriously, preparation is everything.
So, your first move? Treat it like an open book test. I mean, think about it. The interviewer can't see what's on your desk, so you have this really unique advantage. Go ahead, have your resume right there, have the job description handy, and definitely have some key talking points ready to go. And this isn't cheating, right? It's just being smart and totally prepared.
But, and this is a big but, there's a huge warning label here. You have got to use your notes as a guide, not a script. Authenticity is key. Interviewers can spot someone reading from a mile away. It just sounds robotic, totally insincere. Use bullet points to jog your memory, not to tell you exactly what to say word for word. They want to have a conversation with you, not listen to a recital.
Failing to research the company is a massive, massive red flag. One survey actually found it's a top hiring ick for nearly a third of all managers. And why is that? Well, it just immediately tells them you're not really invested. You got to know their mission, what they've been up to lately, maybe even have a favorite product or initiative to mention. Okay, to wrap up your prep, let me give you a surprising confidence booster. Dress the part. Yes, even for a phone call. Does it really make a difference? Oh, absolutely. It's like a psychological hack. When you dress professionally, you just feel more professional. You'll probably sit up straighter, your voice will project more confidence, and you'll be in the perfect mindset to crush it. Okay, so you've done your homework. Now, let's move on to setting your virtual stage. For virtual interviews, creating the right environment is totally non-negotiable. Your background, your lighting, your tech, all of this is your first impression. A bad setup can sabotage you before you even answer a single question. And that all starts with your technology. Before you do anything else, you have to be 100% sure your tech is not going to let you down. See, a tech failure doesn't just look like a tech failure to them. It can come across as a personal failure. It just screams disorganized and unprofessional. So think of this as your pre-flight checklist, and it's absolutely essential. The key here is to test everything a full 24 hours in advance, not 5 minutes before you log on. Download the software, do a test call with a friend, go check your internet speed on a free site. And please, for the love of all that is good, plug your device in. A dead battery is an instant fail. Now, let's talk about something so simple but so powerful: lighting. If the main light source, like a window, is behind you, you basically become a silhouette. It's really distracting, and it makes it impossible to build a real connection. What you want is to have that light source in front of you, lighting up your face. It's such a small change, but it makes a huge, huge impact. Okay, this next hack is going to feel a little weird at first, but trust me, it's crucial. You need to look at the little camera lens, not at the person on your screen. I know, it's tempting to look at their face, but that makes your eyes angled down. When you look right into that little green dot on your webcam, it feels like direct eye contact to them. It builds trust and makes you seem way more engaged. Pro tip: stick a little sticky note with an arrow or a smiley face right next to your camera to remind you. So, after you've handled tech and lighting, it's all about controlling your surroundings. Your goal here is a completely distraction-free zone. Make sure your background is tidy, something neutral, and definitely give your housemates a heads up not to interrupt. And this one is critical. Turn off all notifications. That little ping from your phone or computer is audible, it's distracting, and it tells the interviewer that you're not fully present. All right, now for the main event: nailing the conversation itself. This is where all that prep work really starts to pay off, because now your delivery becomes just as important as your actual answers. Okay, get ready for this, because this statistic is wild. On a phone call where there are 0 visual cues, a whopping 84% of your message is conveyed by your tone of voice. Your words? They only account for 16%. This is exactly why that old advice to smile while you speak actually works. People can literally hear a smile in your voice. It makes you sound so much more enthusiastic and approachable. Now, let's talk about the big mistakes, the kind of unforced errors that can get you disqualified immediately. Being late? That's the #1 hiring ick, no question. Interrupting is a very close second, especially on the phone. You've got to pause for just a second before you answer. And the cardinal rule, never, ever, ever badmouth a previous employer. It just makes you sound negative and difficult.
And along with those behaviors, there are some phrases you just gotta avoid. Saying "it's on my resume" just sounds kind of rude, you know? Instead, see it as your chance to really expand on that point. And instead of "I don't know," try saying something like, "That's a great question. I'd love to give that some thought and follow up in my thank you email." See? That shows you're thoughtful, not just dismissive.
Okay, the call is starting to wrap up. But hold on, the interview is not over when you hang up, not even close. Your post-interview playbook is the final crucial play. This is your chance to finish strong and leave a lasting positive impression.
The #1 most important rule of closing out the interview is this: never, ever say "I don't have any questions." It's universally seen as a lack of genuine interest. I mean, it's pretty much the kiss of death. It just signals that you're not curious or engaged. You have to have questions prepared. So, the big question is, what should you ask? Well, your questions need to be thoughtful. They need to show that you're really curious about the company, the team, and what the role is actually like day to day. Remember, this is also your chance to interview them. These are the kinds of smart, open-ended questions that show you're thinking about your long-term success there. Asking about challenges? That shows you're a problem solver. Asking about the team shows you're collaborative. Just prepare 2 or 3 of these, and please, don't ask anything you could have easily found on their website. So, the final sequence is crystal clear. First, right before you end the call, you always clarify the timeline. Just ask, what are the next steps in the hiring process? This shows you're eager and it helps you manage your own expectations. And then, the thank you email. This is your last chance to make your case. You've got to send it within 24 hours. Keep it short and sweet, thank them for their time, and this is the most important part. Personalize it by mentioning something specific from your conversation. And please, please, please proofread it. A silly typo at this stage can undo all your hard work. Ultimately, it really all comes down to this. Your interview is a performance. And you know what the antidote to anxiety is? Preparation. When you've done the work, when you've prepped your space, your tech, and your talking points, you're not just crossing your fingers and hoping for the best. You're ready for the stage. You can turn all that nervous energy into a confident, authentic performance. And that is how you ace the interview.
If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to Fluent English Daily for more videos.